In this very brief video, I want to show you some settings that you can create for your assignments in Microsoft Teams class teams. You always have the ability to change these settings for an individual assignment, but you can save time by setting some defaults before you create your assignments. So I'm going to click on the little filter right here because I want to go to a class team because only class teams have assignments. I'm going to filter this so I just know which ones are my class teams, like this one labeled a class team. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the assignments tab under the general channel. All assignments are created under the general channel, although as we'll see, they don't have to stay there, but that's where the assignments tab is, under the general channel. So now that I'm in my assignments, in addition to creating, I can click on the little three dots in the top right corner and go to assignments settings. You have four different settings available here. The first one is what time is the default for when assignments are due. And you can click on the clock and choose an exact time, like 3 p.m. And you can go in there and edit that as well if you want something that's kind of in between the times listed. And so this means that every time I create a new assignment in this team, that's what the time that it will be due, whatever date I pick. Now, I can, within any particular assignment, change that, but this is now my default, so if that's when I tend to like them, then that's what it'll say. All right, next up, new students. Most of the time, you don't necessarily want all of your assignments being assigned to someone who joins your class late. Maybe they move in the middle of the marking period. But at the beginning of a marking period, beginning of the school year, beginning of the semester, when you do have a higher likelihood of having students transfer in quickly, then this could be useful to turn on temporarily. So at the beginning of the marking period, I can turn this on. Now every assignment that I create will also go to the new assignments who come along afterwards. But a couple weeks into the semester, I might want to turn this off so the default becomes that new students won't receive all of the assignments that took place beforehand. Right? Again, individual assignments, you can override this. This is just for convenience to make it so you don't have to choose that for each individual lesson. This next one's a big one. Because teams are designed like this one to have channels and all of your content stays within those channels. So in Unit 1, I'll have all of the files related to Unit 1. I'll have all of the conversation posts related to Unit 1. I'll have all my assignments related to Unit 1. So I want those announcements to go to the unit that I'm in right now. So I can come in here and change this and send everything to Unit 1. And when we're wrapped up with Unit 1, I can come in here and change this and make this Unit 2. So as new assignments are made after that point, they'll go to the next unit. Again, can override this when I create any individual assignment. And finally, there's fun stuff. Do you want students to be able to see the little animated celebration every time they turn an assignment in? Or do you foolishly think that your older students don't appreciate that as much as your younger students? If you do feel that way, you can turn that off for all your assignments. So notice though, when you go into an assignment, you do still have the ability to override these things, like assigning things to students who join later. You can change that for a specific assignment. Same thing with when you choose what date things are due. You can see by default it's 3/15, but just like it always was, I can still go in here and specify something different as well. So again, these are meant to save you some time. They're not meant to lock you into anything. It's a nice convenience for teachers while still doing what Teams does, which is give you the flexibility to customize your assignments as you go. So thanks for watching this update from Dad Times 8. Don't forget to click below to subscribe, where you'll also see links to a course on Microsoft Teams in the classroom, as well as the new edition of my book, All the Microsoft Tools You Need to Transform Your Classroom.